Hi, my name is Donna and I'm here to talk about creating strong, memorable passwords. I came up with this presentation because my IT students were worried about signing up for a lot of websites. They didn't want to have to manage the passwords, but they wanted them strong for security. So let's get started. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to create a strong, memorable password, one that you can remember in your head, and it'll be unique for each site. The first thing is the size is going to matter. So the longer the password, the more secure it's going to be. 8 characters should be a minimum. It's a combination of uppercase, lowercase letters, numbers, and sometimes special characters. One thing we're going to do is make a password pattern. So you don't use the same password for each site, but it's similar. We will then create a site key code that you can use, and you'll see that later in the presentation. One thing I do want to really reinforce is never share your password. It's a bad idea. Nobody needs your password but you. If they insist, somebody at your company says, we need your password, you know they're the admin, change it to something and then change it back. So they don't know your password. And likewise, if you are an IT person, you don't ever want to know anybody's password, because that sets you up. If something malicious happens, they can say, oh, well, this person has my password. Okay, so what numbers do we use? We're going to create this pattern that has numbers and letters in it. How do we pick the numbers? We'll make it unique to you. And there's some examples here, use the last 4 digits of your phone number, use birthdays, license plate numbers, never in a sequence, never repeated. Same thing with letters. It's all about you. Pick initials, names of pets, some nicknames, hometown, a sports mascot, or use a phrase. Never any dictionary words. That's what hackers use. They just run through the dictionary. And an interesting kind of trivia is the #1 password is password. So don't use that. That's really way too obvious. Some sites require a special character, some don't. So I have the special characters listed there. So you'll see, you can use that pattern and just put in a special character or not. Then once you have the pattern, you can actually go one more step and do an intentional mix-up. Put some substitutions in there, a 0 for an O, an O for a 0, 8 for an 8. And you can put in some special characters for $, for S, @ for @ or A. And then the final step to make it unique is come up with a key code for your site. So I have some examples here. We have Facebook, Google, and Chase. There's some different key codes that maybe you could use. So say we pick the middle one. Facebook is FK, Google is GE, Chase is CE. So we're using the first letter and last letter of the site. And I would bookend them, one in the front, one in the back, bookends to our pattern. The other thing besides sites is maybe you have to change your password periodically at work, say every 3 months. Your key code for that could be the month and year, and I have some examples there. So you would use your base pattern that you made up plus the month and year. So here we put it all together. Show you 2 examples. One is for a site, it's for Facebook. And I'm using a phrase, dog ate bone, with an exclamation point. And we can use that whether the site wants it or not. We just leave it off if they don't allow them. And we change the first and last letter around our pattern. So the other one, for a site that wants it periodically changed, I just put the year and month at the end of my pattern. The other thing you want to do is keep it fresh. If it's not a site that wants you to do it every so often, do it every year at least. And then when you think it's compromised, change it. Another sad note is if you die, you want people to be able to get to all your accounts. So keep a list of your accounts in a safe place, and optionally keep your password. They can get in. My dad had a list of accounts and passwords, and we were able to find an insurance policy we didn't know that he had, and we would have never figured it out otherwise. So in summary, use a minimum of 8 characters as your length for your password. Create your password pattern, numbers, letters, special characters, and then mix it up. Figure out a site-specific key code pattern that you're going to use, and then keep them safe. If you write them down, put them in a safe or a safe deposit box, and change them periodically. And that's your creating a strong, memorable password. Our website is nextlevelcomputer.academy.